When I Met the Grey Sky is a lesson of originality, a lesson of musicality, a lesson of emotion, a lesson of sound, period. Minasan konnichiwa yorobun, annyeong, hi everyone, this is Leo for Asia on Air, the ultimate channel for all K-music and J-music lovers. Today I would like to review the album called Grey Skies by TAEKO OHNUKI. TAEKO OHNUKI is a singer, composer and songwriter that started with Tatsuro Yamashita, for whom I made an album review as well for his album called Circus Town. They started together in a group called Sugar Babe. I still have to check out their album called Songs, but today I would like to focus on her very first solo album called Grey Skies, released in '76 under the label Panam. From what I saw, she wrote all the lyrics of the album, and when it comes to the arrangement, Tatsuro Yamashita is still working with her, and Sakamoto Ryuichi as well. So you will see how high the level of composition will be. As a city pop amateur myself, I like sometimes to dig a bit further and to find some treasures from the 70s as well, and not only 80s. And it's gonna be the case today. I found a real treasure with this album. You know what, let's review it right now. So the album Grey Skies by TAEKO OHNUKI.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Grey Skies starts with one of my favorite tracks of the album, Toki no Hajimari. First of all, Toki no Hajimari means the beginning of time, or this moment where everything starts. And in fact, the meaning of this song totally resonates with my personal motto that I say at the end of all my videos. Don't forget to make every day your birthday. In a way, I want to advise you to take the chance to use every day to have a better life, to be reborn every day. The lyrics of this song, by stating umareta bakari, meaning I'm just born, share such a message. It's a bright and pure song that makes you feel fresh. When it comes to Taeko's voice, her identity is soon enough depicted. She tends to sing short notes with a strong attack, a very rhythmical flow and a true femininity. As for the instrumental part, the orchestration of the choirs, the brass, the percussion such as the congas, the drums and the bass is a delicious formula, offering us an amazing chorus and a feel-good vibe helped by the use of the right cymbal and the bass constantly emphasizing on the first note to create a suspension. And the song eventually ends on a climax in which the drums are exploding. Love it. The second track, Yakusoku, meaning promise, is I think an authentic heritage of what the 70s jazz and funk fusion has made the best. The organ sound is so 70s, and the marimba and vibraphone bring a relevant richness and jazziness. Now, even though this song may not be the most surprising out of the whole tracklist, I must say that the end of the bridge coming after the organ solo is pretty unexpected. Okay, now here comes some serious business with the third track, an absolute masterpiece, One's Love. When you hear One's Love's melody, how much it is convoluted, and that must be so hard to sing, by the way. And when you see these regular and unstoppable changes of tones, you understand how crazy high is the level of composition of this song. We still have a jazz influence with the drums shabada pattern, this time supporting a great synth and a beautiful flute duet. One's Love is a real journey led by the touching innocence of Taeko's voice, evolving from a mysterious and relaxing waltz to a joyful and ecstatic one. Talking about relaxation, the following song, Gogo no Kyusoku, meaning an afternoon rest, is the perfect to-go-to BGM for all those who, like me, know how to appreciate a quick but so much healing afternoon nap. In fact, tell me if I'm crazy, but I almost mistook the descent of the harp right before TAEKO starts singing for a yawn. I wonder if it was made on purpose or not. And actually, I'm not 100% sure if it's a harp playing, since this instrument strings sound a bit harder, just like picking a piano string could sound like. Anyway, we also have a soothing acoustic guitar, an elegant violin, and the divine voice of TAEKO singing in a very high register. The ending's voice canon is perfectly executed and helps the song to become the best rest of all. I would say that Gogo no Kyusoku is a metaphor to symbolize the softness of a foamy, pure white cloud. Then comes the title track, also released as a single, Ai wa Maboroshi. Unfortunately, not my favorite one. We are here on a pop rock sound, still bright and light, and you tell me what you think about it, but to me it sounds very modern, so in a way ahead of its time. If this song would have been released this year, that wouldn't have been odd nor shocking. I want to pay tribute to the drums in this song. The hi-hat and cymbals patterns lead the way throughout the whole song, until reaching the climax, in which the piano and the guitar get excited. And as a drummer myself, I love that. Then starts the phase B of the album with the great Wanderlust, a song which is soft, powerful and groovy in the same time. The drum and bass combo is funky, the instrumental is grand, and this time it's taking much more space. As for the vocals, not only the choirs are very cool, but TAEKO is once again showing off great skills as a singer. Because the melody's notes are separated by such big and unnatural gaps, it must be such a challenge to sing, to target accurately each note, and she does that while singing lightly, just like Astrid Gilberto, for example, could do so. I think it's a pretty good influence in it. And guess what? The next song, Machi, is this time a direct inspiration from Bossa Nova. Gently starting with the use of the glockenspiel and the drum's bamboo Rhodes sticks. I would say that it's from listening to this song that I truly started to feel in love with TAEKO's voice. Why? Because I realized how much she is on tune when she goes in highest notes. But still, it sounds so easy for her. No, really, that sounds beautiful. And wow, just for this metallic and electric sounding short synth solo, this song is worth it. Itsudemo Sobani is the title of the 8th track, a kind of a surreal song opening on a grandiose intro. The bells and the choirs are creating a very interesting fantasy-like vibe, and the keyboard is taking so much fun and freedom, especially in the last parts, that I would dare calling this song's genre psychedelic funk. When it comes to TAEKO's performance, I want to point out how good is her flow when singing on a ternary count like this one. And here finally comes the masterpiece of the album, When I Met the Grey Sky. When the first notes resonated, I first thought, hey, is that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's OST? And then the stunning voice of TAEKO comes and wow, her storytelling, her rhythm are no joke. Her voice performance is simply out of this world in this song. The arrangement is amazing, sparkled with the use of koto, some weird percussions that I wouldn't even be able to define, some other experimental sounds here and there that I heard only in the OST of Phase by Disaster Piece, so in a recent production. That shows how much ahead of its time this song was. And the composition is pure genius as well, when you see that every line is unexpectedly ending on a bright and major chord. I have no word. When I Met the Grey Sky is a lesson of originality, a lesson of musicality, a lesson of emotion, a lesson of sound. Period. The album could have ended like this, but we also have a 10th track called Breaking Blue. Not much to say about this one though. I love the start with the kitsch synth, and I think the fact that it's ending on an experimental touch proves again how much the 70s were a true decade of creativity and musical improvement in Japan as well. As a jazz and funk fusion album, Grey Skies is a treasure that I recommend for its convoluted melodies and its soothing power. When listening to it, you will feel relaxed, interested and charmed as hell by the mermaid voice of TAEKO OHNUKI. The overall tracklist is solid, but the songs Once Love and When I Met the Grey Sky are absolute masterpieces that raise the bar at an insane level. So you know what to do now. Take a nap while playing Grey Skies. And by the way, nothing grey in here, but just a pure white and relaxing sky to feel fresh and reborn. And that was it for today's album review, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and to activate the bell so you don't miss any of my videos when I upload them. Now, if you want to support Asia on Air and have access to a thicker content, you need to become a VIP member on my website, leodargery.com. When you become a VIP member, not only you get the access to the early feed of all my public MV reactions and reviews, but you also get access to some exclusive content. And note that the first month of subscription for the VIP membership is free. I'll see you around very soon on my channel for another album review like this. Until then, as I always say, don't forget to make every day your birthday.
Yokosuka